Alright, what's up YouTube? Today I'm gonna make a little quick video about my kit setup, what I run, why I chose to run this, some considerations for others seeking the same mindset, preparedness and readiness for anything. So first, start off with the gun. I'm just basic AR-15 with that longer 18-inch barrel, cheap little, gonna be replaced LPVO. It's got 6 times magnification on it. I like it. Shot with it. Shot this gun. Probably put close to 1,000 rounds through it. Love it. It works for me. I'm not gonna spend thousands of dollars on a really expensive, fancy gun when this has worked just fine for me. Sling on it. Just got a LBT sling in mass gray that I picked up from a buddy a couple years ago, and yeah, that's the rifle. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy, gets the job done. All right, so for the kit, I choose to run a British webbing plicky style belt rig for reasons I'll discuss in a minute. For headgear, just have a Hardhead Veterans Kevlar with a custom scrim that I made and a fake Wilcox night vision mount. Don't currently have nods, saving up for them, but I already had this from back in my days when I used to play airsoft, and the same thing then, didn't have nods, just had it for the drip. But yeah, so nothing crazy on the helmet setup either, just pretty much scrim. This is pretty much just going to be a place to hold my nods once I get them, and it's ballistic rated, so protection against shrapnel, other stuff of that nature. So that's the Kevlar. Wearing a little balaclava that I got off Amazon for like $6. It's 100% cotton. Would I wear this in real life or actually out patrolling doing things? Probably not. At least I'd wear it like a neck gaiter, probably not wearing it over my face. That's what chemi paint's for, to camouflage your face, because even if you have a balaclava, your face is not, this part of your face is going to be exposed and be able to be seen. It's better to just chemi paint it up. This is for cold weather, or if I'm doing super clandestine operations and need to be fucking completely concealed on my face, which, let's be real, none of us are doing that shit. Anyway, headlamp, just a little fucking Princeton Tech, the Bite, little small headlamp, red lens. It's good to have that on you at all times, in my opinion. You could keep it in your pocket, a pouch, whatever. Why not just wear it necklaced so you always have it, and when it comes nighttime, you don't have to dig for it or try to find it. Where the fuck is my headlamp? It's already right there, ready to go. So the belt itself, the hip pad, it's a Molly hip pad from British Tactical. Don't ask me how much, because I honestly could not tell you in terms of USD, but I believe shipped from British Tactical, it was like 100 pounds. So I think that's like something like 120, 130 USD with shipping. So first 2 magazine pouches on my left hip. Now, let me start this off real quick. I know a lot of people on their belt rigs run magazines on both sides, distributes the weight, whatever, yada yada. I prefer to run it like this with a commander's pouch on my right side, for the reason being that when I'm shooting and I'm reloading, I like to reload from right here. That's when I was an infantryman in the Marine Corps. If I had a belt on, which I mostly did, my magazines were on the left side. I never had any on the right. So I don't want to have to learn something new, even if it means distributing the weight a little bit more. But this belt itself is perfectly fine, and all the weight is distributed in the way it is. Anyway, so left hip, triple magazine pouches, 6 mags. It's got, these are the Cartridge Tactical, or however you say it, bungees around the entire pouch. So I guess got a quick access tourniquet right there. They have Molly on here as well, so I might be purchasing a little tourniquet pouch so the tourniquet's not exposed. But this is a very quick way to grab your tourniquet. Moving on the back, I have 4 GP pouches. I'll go over the contents of those in a second. I'll take off the rig, reset the camera. Anyway, right hip, got my commander's pouch, also from Cartridge Tactical. Inside, got a hunter's vest that I cut up into an air panel for signaling. extra batteries for optics, anything else that you're going to be carrying. If you're going to be carrying anything that requires batteries, you need to carry extra batteries for it. Small rifle cleaning kit inside of a little bag. I might try to find a better way to store this, but as of right now, this works for me. And then inside, I have 2 little Amazon thick knockoff Spirited pistol mag pouches, because the inside of this entire pouch is covered in Velcro. I'll go over that later. But in them, I carry a little pen light and a Sharpie. I like these little pouches with the Velcro because my pen, light, my Sharpie, any other small items that I don't want lost in this pouch, I can just put right there, and they're right there ready to go up front. Also, forgot to mention, behind the commander's pouch, there's Molly on both sides of the commander's pouch, and on the top if you wanted to put something there. I have my Gerber Strong Arm. I've had this knife for close to 2 years. I love it. Great knife. And it just sits right there. It's not too hard to grab. It is a little difficult to re-index if you're not used to it, but having that knife right there, it's easy to just grab, pull out, ready to go. And then on the front, I have a little British Osprey, their issued stuff. It's a single magazine pouch. This is kind of just a small GP pouch, many purposes. If I wanted to run comms, if I'm with guys that have radios, I can run my Baofeng in here. Fits perfect, no issues. It even has room that I could probably put an extra battery underneath it, so I can save room in my other pouches. And on the front, just run a standard IR chem light for signaling purposes. Probably going to switch that to the inside of the pouch right now, actually. I feel like that's a better spot for it. Anyway, so yeah, that's the contents of my commander's pouch. Other items would probably just go in my cargo pockets, such as like a notepad, any kind of like range cards, anything like that. Throw it in my cargo pocket. Easier, I feel like it's just easier, quieter access, not a big ass buckle. Not wearing a uniform that I'd wear doing stuff because I'm in my apartment. So right now I just got on some M81 trousers, and it's the green skivvy shirt. The boots, these are the Vans MTEs. I think they're I don't know the exact brand. I would not have bought these for myself because they were like $230. Got them as a Christmas present, and I fucking love them. Best boots I think I've ever worn, walked around in, ran in, anything, and they're Vans, and I love Vans, so that's perfect for me. Works great. Anyway, oh, and the harness, like the yoke, it's the Kit Pimp yoke. I'm gonna replace this with either British Tactical, Warrior Assault Systems, or JJ's, because Kit Pimp, I've heard, is kind of like the Condor of like British tactical gear, and here's a good explanation of why. I actually had, while I was doing a field op in the Marine Corps, had the opportunity to actually test out this belt rig in like under rough conditions in the field, which is very nice. Pretty much just low crawling under shrubs and branches for 5 hours straight. But the entire back part right here, where the padding goes right here, ripped open. It's not an issue in terms of the rest of the harness is perfectly intact, but this little, it just irks me that it's ripped. So I'm gonna buy a new harness that it might be slightly better quality. Although the rest of the harness has had no issues at all and is in perfectly good condition, and the rest of it's very good stitching. I just think that this part right here just didn't have the best stitching, but it doesn't interfere with the rest of the shoulder straps, because I don't know if you can even fucking see that, but the rest of the stitching is top on. I even tugged on it as hard as I could, trying to rip it more, and it didn't, so it's good. All right, gonna set this up down here. Hopefully we can get you guys get this rig in the frame for you. But anyway, so my leftmost GP pouch, all 4 of these are from British Tactical. They're awesome. They have Molly on the front, the sides, and the lids also have Molly. In this first one, I'm not gonna take it out because it's kind of hard to put back in, but have a Helicon Tex US military style poncho in Polish M93, or it's not M93, Pantera 93, whatever it's called. But I have that pattern fucking poncho in there. I've used it. It works great. I like it a lot. Moving on into this middle pouch, I have water purification, Sawyer Mini with the little squeeze bag. I have not got the chance to use this yet, but I did have a life straw that I had taken to the field a couple times and just got to use it because I asked if I could. It worked great. I liked it. MRE spoon for eating, and then my brew kit. So it's a Stanley cook set. It's lidded, so you can boil water, whatever the fuck you want. And then for food inside of it, I just have a Ziploc bag with around, I would say, for me, everybody's different, this would last me a full 24 hours. So it's got tortillas, snack bread, 2 cheese spreads, a protein shake, and then I also, yeah, that would last me about 24 hours in a pinch. Now, would this be what I normally eat in a day? No, but I can if I needed to. The rest of the food is located in my rucksack, which I will go over in another video. Nutrition is very important. Also, in that little baggie, there's also just a random one here, little energy pack. I wanted to put it in this, mix it up, have some energy, and then also some electrolytes. I advise, this is my opinion also from tons of field ops in the Marine Corps and tons of training, do not mix drink mixes inside of your canteens, your Nalgene's, whatever, your Camelback, whatever you so choose to carry your water in. And the reason being, well, this is also why MREs, they come with little drink mix bags, so you can put the water and mix the drink in there. If you don't drink it all, you're kind of just, unless you're just fucking, oh yeah, I don't give a fuck what my water tastes like, then you can just drink it, no issue. But I would say to not put it in your drinks, because it just kind of wastes that water. So instead of having just plain water to hydrate you, if you have energy powder in there, whatever the fuck, protein powder, whatever you decided to put in there, you just wasted that water that could have been used for hydration. Moving on, the second middle pouch, you can't already tell, it's signified by red tape. This is my IFAK, and the small little Osprey flashbang pouch, or smoke grenade pouch, sorry, tourniquet, and then a small visible light, chem light. That would be in the event I'm injured and I am lost, I can crack this open. SOP is dependent on how you guys train. I like this idea. I've seen a lot of the British dudes, whatever, with their kits do this, or anybody really, but anyway. Put a chem stick, chem light with your medical kit. So if you have to, you do have to do whatever, you can crack this open if you're by yourself somehow, got separated from your guys, and they might have a better chance of being able to find you at nighttime operations. Also, discretion, enemy will be able to see you too. Moving on to the rightmost pouch, I just have a 32-ounce Nalgene. Served me great. I've had this Nalgene for fucking over 3 years. Got it, I found it in a windowsill on a field op, and I decided to take it because nobody had claimed it, and I've had it ever since. It was spray painted camouflage at one point, and then over the years of different field ops, it just lost all of its paint, and I'm not going to repaint it for the sake of memories. Also, another little thing I wanted to point out, inside of these GP pouches, I don't really know if you can see it, maybe if I keep the camera out a little bit. They have these small little stealth pouches, and you can put whatever the hell you can fit inside of there, and I found that it does not really impede with putting other items in the main compartment. Just a nice little pouch to kind of organize. I keep my MRE spoon in that pouch, in the brew kit pouch. Also forgot IFAK and the contents of it. Extra tourniquet, USGI IFAK insert with my medical supplies. I'll go over that in a second. A emergency bivy. It's obviously bright fucking orange. It's like a space blanket, but it's a complete bivy sack. You can get completely inside of it. I have not get to test this out. I have used space blankets. They fucking work wonders. So I believe that that would be a great piece of kit to acquire in the event that you are injured. or even just fucking lost from your guys and it's been a couple hours, you can't find them, and you got to bed down for the night. If you're separated from your pack, you got an entire baby sack to keep you warm. Extra ace bandage in the bottom just for any application. And then for myself, I'm religious. I know I don't sound like it. That is my fault for continuing to swear. I'm working on it. But I have a field worship service that I keep in my medical pouch. So in the event that I get shot and I'm gonna die, I can pull this out one last time, and with my last remaining strength and energy, I can worship the man above. Also, just if it happens to be a Sunday, going out in the field with the boys or whatever, we can do a quick little worship service. Praise God together. And then the fellowship in Christ together, live together. Survive together. I don't know, I just made that up. Oh yeah, so IFAK, USCI IFAK insert, MPA, needle D, yes, I know how to use them. If you do not know how to use these, do not put them in your IFAK because you're gonna fucking kill somebody. If you do know how to use these, put one on your IFAK, you'll be able to save somebody's life if they get a tension pneumothorax, which is essentially whenever one of their lungs is inflating and the other one's not. Anyway, 2 chest seals, small stuff gauze, and then another one, 2 of them, so I can just pack whatever fucking wounds I need packed on myself or others. Remember, your IFAK is for you, not for others. So that's why the pouch itself is marked in red, so they will be able to know that, okay, and also establish those SOPs with your men. It should be a no-brainer, but they'll know automatically red pouch means, red signifiers means medical, and then they can use your IFAK contents on you. That's what this tourniquet's also for. And the tourniquet in the front, that would be one that I would apply to myself, and then I always keep one in my cargo pocket or shoulder pocket, depending on if I'm wearing a blouse with shoulder pockets. So yeah, that is the rig. That is, I've been running it, like I said, I ran it on a field op in the field. It was a little bit different configuration with the pouches, but the pouches have been taken out on my own time to different training that I've done with myself and my friends, and it's great. I love it. I was worried that because it was a Molly system, I've never had Molly fail on me, but I'm a little autistic when it comes to gear placement, and it makes me really nervous with like Molly pouches and stuff like that. I'm scared the PALS ladders are gonna break or tear, or the Molly itself is gonna rip, but I have not had a single issue with this one or any other system I ran. Even cheap little Amazon rigs are perfectly fine. They're not gonna tear or get destroyed on you. So don't be like me and be terrified of it. Just get your gear, train in it. If it does happen to rip, maybe you have a warranty. If not, I'm sure you can email the company and they'll get you a new rig at ASAP. But no issues from this. I've had this exact setup now, or not this exact setup, but the belt and the harness itself I've had for at least 6 months now. And I would say at the beginning, pretty heavy use. I brought it on 2 different field ops, and then now it's in pretty light use. Past couple of months, I've taken it out probably 4 or 5 times. Low crawled in it, jumped on it, like I fell down on my back, all different kinds of training, and patrolling through the woods, everything just fine. I like this style without a butt pack and the GP pouches because it creates a shelf for your rucksack, which I can go over in a later video. Anyway, yes, that is the rig. Now, for what I was mentioning earlier, I think I did. So, if in the event you have to ditch everything else, you have no kit, I always recommend keeping some sort of survival pouch in your cargo pocket at all times. That's one of the big downfalls I've seen with Plicky and belt kit in general. Guys like to overload it completely for the sake of taking everything off their body and putting it all in their rig. Nothing wrong with that, but I feel like everybody should have a small survival kit on them at all times. So first off, rape whistle. If I get lost, stranded, whatever, if I'm using this, I'm probably lost from the rest of my kit, maybe even my rifle, and I'm fucked. So I'm using this whistle to call for help. Space blanket. So I have 2 of them technically. This one always stays in my pocket at all times. So if I get separated, I can stay warm. Boo-boo kit. This isn't just for survival situation, this is for anything, but I have a boo-boo kit in here since it was a nice space to put it. Band-aids, ointments, antidiarrheals, stuff like that. It's very important. Then I have iodine tabs, and a lighter. There's one more right here. So it's, one of them is for the iodine tabs, one of them's the like, I have it marked. This one is completely wrapped in tape, and this one is not. One of them is for, well, they also have different color lids too, but just in case it's dark, whatever, you can see, you can feel it. This one doesn't have duct tape right there. You'll know. This one is for purifying the water, and this one is for taking the iodine flavor away from it, because you have not drinking iodine purified water. It's fucking tastes disgusting. Anyway, and also a lighter. Lighters are good to have. Probably even keep one in your kit as well. That's how you make fire. And then in this front little pin pocket, chapstick, because if you have chapped lips, that's gonna suck if you're by yourself and alone and afraid. All right, so that's the little survival pouch. I could add more to it, maybe like a small fishing kit, maybe put like a tiny little, some like hydration packets in there, like electrolytes type stuff, who knows. But I like this setup. It's light and it just fits right in my cargo pocket, no issues. And I always have it on me. Just gonna hit this real quick. I was thinking about this while I was making this video. I do not like wearing a belt under a belt kit. It is very uncomfortable. When I go out and do things on my own, I don't even wear a belt. But for the sake of this video, I did, just because, anyway. I don't even wear a belt because it just rubs against this one. It gets like, it'll like, if you move around too much, it'll come up and then it'll get caught in there and it's just super uncomfortable. Suspenders, that's what you need to do. I've seen some videos on it. Buy some suspenders from Walmart. They're not going to be seen. They're going to be underneath your blouse anyway, unless you tuck it in, which I don't know. That's you. But you can get the suspenders, cut the clips off with like pliers, whatever, metal cutters, whatever you have. And then you get the paracord, tie it to the loops of the suspenders, tie them into your trousers right here. Right here. They're always on your trousers. All you have to do is get them. I ran it before, but I took them off for whatever reason. And you can put them like an X across you. Your pants stay up, and you don't have to worry about wearing a belt underneath your rig. So this is the rig. Prefer belt kits. They're faster to put on, more comfortable overall with their load-bearing capabilities. They mesh well depending on what style you use. With a rucksack, see how it creates that shelf. Your ruck, even with a frame, like I use a USGI Molly 2 ruck. It sits right there on top of the frame, or on top of the shelf. No issues. Love it. Great. So yeah, that's it. That's the rig. One more thing, actually. So this side has the little tri-glide, so it doesn't move. This side does not. The reason being, if I'm having extra layers on, whatever the case may be, I get fat as fuck. I can adjust it, and now it can have all this give. And then once I have it on, pull it nice and tight so the rig doesn't move around. Take that extra flap, fold it over the belt, and see, that's why I don't like wearing belts underneath. Pull it and it's locked in place. It's not going nowhere. So that's the video. I'm Robotic Spider. If you guys have any questions at all, comments, concerns, whatever it may be, drop it in the comments, and thank you for watching.